Most people don't get into crypto because they see the price of Bitcoin and think it costs too much, like they've already missed the opportunity. And honestly, that reaction kind of makes sense. If you don't know how crypto works, it can feel like an all or nothing thing. Like if you can't afford a full Bitcoin, you don't belong. But that's not how crypto actually works. You're not buying a Bitcoin or any other crypto the same way that you buy a phone or a car. You're buying a piece of it. Once that clicks, the idea that crypto is only for rich people starts to fall away pretty quickly. What usually comes next though is people saying, okay, but if I'm only starting with a few $100,000, what's the point? And again, I get that, but starting small isn't pointless. It's actually pretty useful. Crypto has a way of showing you things about yourself very, very quickly. How patient you are, how calm you think you are, until the price moves 5 minutes after you buy it. If you put in too much too early, the market volatility can trigger panic selling. Not because the investment was bad, but because your nerves aren't ready for the swings. Smaller amounts give you space. You can watch what happens without feeling anxious. Start where you are, let it be small, that's fine. It's your crypto journey and you can always build up from there. You can make decisions based on logic instead of emotions, and as a beginner, you can be wrong without it impacting your life. And honestly, that's a very healthy way to start. So, practically speaking, here's what getting started looks like. First, pick a trusted exchange, somewhere reputable, regulated, and easy to use, like Binance. An exchange that gives you a solid starting point, especially if you're new and don't want any of the unnecessary friction. Binance also has Binance Academy if you want to learn, and Binance Square for news and updates. So you're not just guessing based on whatever Twitter threads you read. I'll leave a link to it in the description below if you'd like to get started. Next, choose an amount that you're genuinely comfortable learning with. Money that won't stress you out if the market has a bad week. For a lot of South Africans, that's the kind of money you'd normally spend on a few takeaways or a weekend out. Nothing that's going to ruin your sleep. Third, stick to one or two well-known coins. You're not trying to find the next big thing. You're just trying to understand how the space actually works. Understand what buying feels like, what holding feels like, and what it feels like when prices move and the world doesn't end. Another thing that really helps is consistency. Instead of trying to time the market perfectly with one big move, some people use dollar cost averaging or DCAing and buy small amounts regularly, like weekly or monthly, the same way that debit orders already work. It takes the pressure off needing to be right, which, let's be honest, nobody is all the time. So no, you do not need a lot of money to get started in crypto. If this video helps shift the way that you think about crypto, subscribe to the Binance South Africa channel for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.